But now that I think about it, a couple shows that you mentioned and then one that you didn't. Battlestar Galactica, your favorite character, one of your favorite characters, Chief.
I love the Chief.
See? Lost, Hurley.
Love the Hurley.
Roseanne, Dan Connor. What's the pattern here?
Dan Connor is my dream man.
You're a chubby chaser. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, you just
Lucky for you, motherfucker.
Why now? You're a really good-looking, thin, attractive woman. How come you're not attracted to your similar kind? Usually your kind stays with your kind. Like, thin people like to be with thin people. Well, why are you with a grossly or overweight, morbidly obese man? Why do you gravitate toward fat characters?
I'm speechless. I don't really know how to.
No response for that?
To answer that. I'm not a sizist. How does that?
That's weird, because I would be. If I was your size, I would be like, oh, no fat chicks, that kind of thing.
Oh, you just earned yourself a fucking million enemies.
I may be, but I mean, it's just, I don't.
That's unkind shit.
It's unkind, but it's also kind of the way of the world. Like, most people want to be with.
You're also talking
people
about
that are
your
thin.
little daughter who ain't gonna be like.
She's
all you.
Built like a brick shit house.
All you.
Well, I would hope to Christ you'd be happy that I have no interest in our daughter in that way.
You know what I mean. I just don't think that you should, voice any prejudices against the fat
I'm not
chick.
prejudiced against them. I'm saying, look, I'm already positing a fictional fucking world where I'm thin. And I'm the first to say that I just got done saying I'm grossly overweight, morbidly obese. So it's not like,
I have never, ever asked you to go on a diet or even thought in my mind. It's just like you are.
Really? You've never thought it? You've never been like, I wish he would fucking, does he have to? It's one thing to eat one pint of Ben & Jerry's, but another on top of it?
I mean, I would not be able to live with a man who didn't have a vice. Like, I really don't want you pointing your finger at my vices. We're adults.
Right.
You get to choose the way you want to live your life. I can't be that wife who's just like, oh, fucking put that Ben & Jerry's down. I can't be, because then you're going to turn around and be like, oh, you want another drink, Lushy?
Right.
I make my own choices.
I don't know that I would go with Lushy, but
I don't know. But it's just who you are, and that's your vice, and nothing I can say or do will change that.
So you're going more for the personality than the package. Like, on a purely physical level, let's say I had no personality, I was an automaton of sorts. You had to choose a house robot to be your. Like, there were no men left in the world.
I'm so not
Follow
Brian
me on
Johnson,
this.
Scott Mosier. It's always these what-if scenarios.
Follow
that
me
these
on this.
Dudes do.
No men
really?
left. No men left in the world, and women, resort to buying house robot servant men who
You would
have
be my
sex
only
with.
choice, babe.
Not me, but I'm saying, wouldn't you go with
Your model.
a thin robot?
Well,
isn't it more pleasurable to you to touch a thinner body, like where you can feel the ribs, as opposed to?
No. I would never want to date, have sex with, or marry a man thinner than I am.
Right.
Fuck
That's
that.
fine. I'll go with you on that. Like, you don't want to fuck a stick figure, but a dude who's in shape and muscles and shit like that, and definition rather than just like a body that seems to keep going on and rolling like the waves. Like, wouldn't that be more pleasurable to get your hands on?
Love, honey.
That's horseshit. I don't buy that at all. I don't get the whole, there's more to love kind of thing. Because again, if I was a thin man, I'd want to be with a thin person.
But I do, I'm constantly just looking at you, and this sounds so cheesy, but it's true. And like, you're so beautiful. I love the way you look.
That's crazy talk, man.
But do I not do it all the time?
You do,
unsolicited.
and
I'm just walking by you. I'm like touching your beard.
It's why we'll have you
I'm like,
committed
so...
Gothica-like one day, because
you
you're
know
like.
that's my worst fucking nightmare ever.
She does. She don't want to go into a hospital.
Every time I see it, any sort of insane asylum, I just.
Francis, not your favorite movie.
Oh my God! It's like my worst nightmare. I'm not.
It's
even
you
that
looking like
psychologically damaged.
No,
I don't.
you're not.
That it would be a real.
But some would
fear.
question your psychoses based on you looking at someone who looks like me and saying you're so beautiful.
Okay, on the flip side of that,
yes.
You seem to find me the most attractive when I am at my most hideous.
Yeah, when you're not trying.
Oh my God, I'm thankful and grateful for this. But in my ratty ass pajamas, which
yes.
I have on 99% of my life, I probably shower. The least frequent showerer in this house,
Yeah, I would agree with that. Well,
kid,
you can't count the kid because she's a kid.
I bathe the kid every day.
I know, but not every day. Technically a shower.
Whatever. Just gross. Like, I'm wearing shorts. I'm far too old to be wearing shorts. I know you love it. It's fucked up. My theory is I throw some ponytails on, any fucking outfit will pass.
I would almost go with that.
I know. You're somehow distracted in some weird boy-like way by any form of ponytail.
Takes me back to a time when I didn't know you. Like it reminds me of, it would be nice to have known her as a kid or in high school. Do
Creepy.
some heavy petting
Weird.
with her when I was a
Odd.
kid. I'm not saying I want to travel back in time as an adult and fuck you as a child. I'm saying like it'd be nice if I was in school with her at the same time and like was
Right.
always trying to kiss her and pulling her pigtails and shit when we were kids. And then in high school I was like, would you like to go out and see a movie with me, Jen? But I think
wish
that
I would have gone.
I don't know if you would have. You were a cheerleader in high school.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of the dudes you dated. That was your thin period. You dated a bunch of thin dudes. That dude Christian you dated in high school, thin dude.
Thin dude.
Yeah. So, all right, where's the whole fucking, I love fat people then? Then you were like, give me a football player.
No way. He wasn't a football player.
Was he involved in athletics of any sort?
He surfed.
All right. Didn't you go out with a football player? Wasn't there a football player you did go out
Yes,
with?
but I was much younger before I knew better.
Right. What, it took you a little while to figure out that.
Yeah, not really my bag.
Why aren't they their bag? I'd imagine they'd be much nicer to the touch. Also, thinner people, bigger dicks. My dick is buried in about 2 pounds of flab.
Oh, really? Don't say that.
Yeah, there's dick fat
Really?
behind my dick. You know it.
I
think
please.
that's one of the
We're-
reasons you
I'm
may
not
like
gonna-
me, though, because you're a real grinder. How you reach orgasm in sex is grinding, and I think
Okay,
there's a lot of cushion.
Let's move back on to Shecky.
This is my theory.
Or something. It's really.
I think it's that flabby cushion that you grind against that makes you come as quickly and easy as you do.
I'm just going to light a cigarette and wait for you to move
It's nice
on.
to be doing this podcast with somebody that actually smokes. I've never done that.
Oh,
I think
yeah?
maybe Malcolm smoked once,
Malcolm?
but Malcolm
Yes.
was too busy putting his foot in his mouth to light a cigarette.
Right. That's how he rolls.
Yeah, he does. So where was the interest in the flabby dudes then in high school? Were you a big fucker in high school? What age did you first start having sex?
Like 14.
14. So you were fucking all through high school.
Yeah.
As a cheerleader, did you ever get fucked in a cheerleader outfit?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty odd.
So weird.
Were you wearing like at a game, under the bleachers during a game, or just after the game wearing the outfit,
I'm going to go with after the game wearing the outfit.
and then the outfit comes
'cause
off
with
pretty
our
quickly?
parents in the stands and
Right.
stuff, maybe under the bleachers. wouldn't have
I just believe that
been ideal.
most women love to go about the dirty, nasty, surreptitious fuck in a bathroom or under the bleachers or somewhere horribly public where you could get caught. I guess that's not really the case. It's only the chicks in movies.
You know, I'm 36, so really.
All right, but going back to high school when you weren't
Maybe,
36,
so
you're wearing the cheerleader
you did
outfit
have
and then
to
it comes
find
off?
Weird places to have sex so your parents couldn't catch you, of course. I do remember doing it on my roof. Mm-hmm. You know, because there was this flat area on my roof, and I figured I would hear my father sort of coming up onto the roof and have enough time to deal.
I hope our kid doesn't take a page out of your fucking book,
Oh,
because
like
the
you
nightmare
were-
to me would be like, what's that noise on our roof? Is somebody trying to break in? And then I get up on a ladder and there's my kid mounted by some jackass. Ugh.
All right.
See?
Well, you know, we have a tight security system in this house. Harley's not having any suitors making it through the door, window.
But I'm not one of
anywhere.
those dudes that's like, she better not fuck anybody, but on the roof. Christ, that would be the worst way to fucking find them.
It wasn't comfy.
I would imagine
Wasn't
not.
comfy, no.
But when you fucked in the cheerleader
But
outfit,
those were the days when I was on top. Well, I'm still
when
on
you were
top. but
when
I
you were
was-
being mounted all missionary style and whatnot,
Well.
before you figured out, I like it better being up here.
Yeah.
That was when you had the male aggressors who were like, I'm doing it to you. And
Yeah,
later on,
that's really never been
you
my
became
style.
the girl who was like, no, it's just being done. You happen to be here. I'm doing
All
it.
right.
So the cheerleader outfit, does it stay on the entire time you were fucking, or
Nah.
just
You have these little bloomers on underneath. You peel them off.
bloomers come off?
Yeah.
But do you keep the rest of the outfit on, the
Sure.
skirt and whatnot? Are
Again,
you
it's-
saying conjecture? Sure, but
I
do
mean,
you remember?
know, if you remember teenage sex, it was quite brief. Usually you were running from
Maybe
your
for
parents.
you, most of mine was face first in it. If you follow me, I was
Yeah,
the oral
I hear
dude.
ya. You know what? I don't like to talk about your past conquests.
Odd, you don't like to talk about
Yeah,
me
no,
having
and he
sex.
loves to talk about mine. He wants to know every fucking dirty little detail, of which I don't even remember. I can barely remember last week, let alone fucking 20 years ago.
I'm a bear for detail, love. Bear for detail.
I know, honey, I know.
All right, well, that's that. We got to wrap because we're done.
Oh, good.
52 minutes. See how fast it flew by?
I guess.
And you were all worried.
I was nervous. I said,
I love you. You did a great job.
thanks.
Let's go fuck.
All right.